Hi y'all, welcome to the Craft Table Podcast. My name is Tori, and you can see anything I'm working on the Instagram or making app at the Craft Table Podcast. Or you can shoot me an email if you have a question about anything I talk about at thecrafttablepodcast@gmail.com. This week I don't have a whole lot to share with you. I'm also recording a little later than normal, but early enough that I still get some natural light. I took Maggie to her first checkup, so that's why I'm running a little behind. But I figured I would share. I don't have a lot to share, but I did work a little bit on stuff. I did do some more spinning. Not too much. I didn't spin every day. I missed a few days. Just was feeling a little run down, so I opted to spend some time with Maggie on the floor and work a little bit on the kid sweater that I'm working on. But I am in the second half of my braid, and I'll share like kind of what that looks like. This is how I keep it. This time around you can see more of the pink. Maybe against my skin you can kind of tell that it's got a bit of a pink, a very, very light pink to it. I just strip it down into these little strips. Let me undo my little strip. I'll use this one to spin today. But yeah, I just strip it down and then fold it up. And then when I am ready to use it, I just pull a little bit on the end, pre-attenuate, pre-draft the fiber so that it's really thin and airy compared to this more, you can kind of tell right here, more airy, thicker here. I do that because I try to get as thin of a spin as possible, and so far I've been doing really well with a lace weight. And then I'll apply that with the other bobbin I shared a couple weeks ago to do a fingering weight. I don't know how much this will grow in the water. Some fibers plump up quite a bit, others don't. So we'll see how this goes. But yeah, that's all I've been really spinning. I've spent a couple days in the last week. I'm not upset about that. I'm not pushing more than anything really. I've just been doing like one of these when I do spin a day. I have about, let me just count real quick. This is my 7th, so I have 7. So I'll probably finish this in a week or 2, week and a half, if I miss more days, which is not like I said, not a big deal. And then I'll start plying, and then I'll share that with you. So that's what I've been doing with spinning. Again, not a whole lot. I should probably share this as BFL Silk Blend Non-Superwash from Nest Fiber. So that's what I'm spinning. Should probably share that information when I talk about this stuff. Oh well, that's what it is. A little backwards today. Not too crazy, nothing too fancy, just a little bit a day, about 15 to 30 minutes. I'll definitely, once I sign off here, I was gonna say log off. When I stop recording, I will, you can tell I've been playing a lot of video games lately. That's what I've been doing instead of the spinning. I've been spending time with friends online, playing Destiny and this really cute game called Fall Guys on my PlayStation. So great fun. But once I'm done, yeah, back on track. Once I'm done here, I'll watch the newest Fat Squirrels. I was gonna say Fat Squirrels Fibers. Fat Squirrels Speaks. Why am I blanking on this so hard? I don't ever blank. Anyways, it's my favorite podcast. I love it. Highly recommend it. Just, it's adorable and it makes me happy. So I'll probably spin and watch that and then spend the rest of the night with Maggie. Other than that, I did do a little bit of knitting, not too much. My creativity is hitting a little bit of a slump. I've been doing a little bit more reading of Kindle romance novels just because they're easy to consume, and so my crafting has taken a hit, as well as like the occasional gaming while Maggie's napping. So there's that. But I did do some progress. So I shared this last week, and I'll probably share it for the remaining month. I don't know how long this will take. I don't really try to put a limit or a time frame on my knits. I just kind of go, and I'm pretty much a monogamous knitter, so this one will be around for a while. Oh, there is a tiny meow. There she is. She's probably getting ready to eat. Her food's right there. So I'm sorry if you hear any crunches. Yeah, she's chewing. So sorry about that, guys. I have to separate Bean and her food apart so that they eat at their own time. But then I'll find one of them in the other bowl and vice versa. They're a little bit of... Mio is newer to the family. I adopted her in December after one of my other dogs passed away. And then in November, and I talked about that on my audio podcast, but I adopted Mio after that. So she's finally getting into the rhythm and realizing that she doesn't have to be a trash goblin. She doesn't have to hoard food and immediately eat it as fast as she can. So she's starting to turn into a grazer, thankfully, like Bean. So we're not fighting over food. But yeah, her food bowl's behind me, so you'll probably hear little crunches. Back to the sweater. I'm a bit sidetracked today. This is the Beetle Magic Sweater by Katie. It's a little light. By Katie Green. As you can tell, I finished... Ooh, I love that. As you can tell, I finished the beetle motif. For the larger sizes, there's a second ring of beetles, but I just did the smallest size, which is size A, toddler sized. This is for a kiddo who is just barely reaching into toddler age. So I'm hoping I can get this done before the winter, before fall, so that the sweater can be used if it's not too big. Because my friend's kiddo is very small. So that's just where I'm at with this. I did split for the sleeves, as you can see. I don't have a whole lot, just a little bit. Here, let me try and get that out of the way. Just a little bit, yeah, about an inch or so of the body started, and it'll be 8 inches, and then I'll do the ribbing. But I'm on Body Island now. Just a little, I figured I would split for the sleeves. I know I've been debating it for the last couple of weeks. Wasn't sure when, how to do it, if it'd be too short. I'm just doing it. If it's too short, my friend can tell me and I'll take it out and reknit it. But I'm going with it. I'm not going to be too fussy. I'm just gonna go with it. So this is the front of the sweater. The back is a little bit deeper because there are 2 sets of short rows. You can see there's a little bit more back here. But yeah, it's been great. It's been great, not too bad. Like I said, I knit in meetings and stuff like that if my camera's not on. So it's just kind of what I've been doing. I've also been knitting a little bit while watching podcasts here and there. Not really knitting while I sit on the floor with Maggie because I'm usually reading. And I have one hand on her so that she feels like we're spending time together, because she likes to cuddle, and it's a little hard to do that when she's broken right now. So not a lot of knitting happening, but this is, I should probably discuss what my yarn is. This is the color work is my hand spun. It's 100% BFL dyed. It was an oatmeal base, dyed. It was dyed on top of an oatmeal natural colored base. So the reds, greens, and yellows, you're just barely seeing some of the yellows here. It was a 2-ply fingering weight. It was one I spun on my spindle. It was my last braid of fiber that I spun on my spindle before getting my wheel. So it's a very consistent yarn. It has a little bit of give. Yeah, you can kind of see a little bit of stretch, but not much. And then the main colorway is, I don't remember the name, but it's Patagonia. Blue moon, Jupiter, juniper moon, one of those. It's something or other, but the base is Patagonia, and it is 100% merino, not super fine, but just merino, non-superwash. I got it on sale at my local yarn shop, one of my close local yarn shops, last summer, I think. I got 3 skeins because that's all they had of this brown, reddish brown. Yeah, that's it. Got it half off, more than half off, and it was a $21 skein, and I felt like I was stealing with how good the prices were. It was just their yearly sidewalk summer sale. The towns that I'm in, the town that I live in is really, really small, but the surrounding towns are really cute, and in particular one of the towns does a sidewalk sale. A lot of these little towns do, and it happens in the summer, so all these shops have sales on the sidewalk. They take out their inventory and put it on the sidewalk, and that's the sale items. Sometimes you can go in the store and there'll be sale items, but it is my favorite town here. It's super duper cute. It's 10 minutes maximum from me, depending on which end of the town I'm at or decide to go to. And I think the yarn shop is only 5 minutes from me, which is really dangerous. Not right now because I'm homebound. Housebound? That feels right, but also wrong. But right now I'm just hanging out with Maggie. I did take her out in the car, and that was rough. But so I'm staying home, so it's not that much of a threat to my wallet, but it is a good little spot to just pick up something quick. Not my favorite yarn store, doesn't really carry the yarns that I love, but it's a good store. It's not bad. Cute local shop. They do a little bit of everything, like embroidery. They did sell some sewing machines for a while. I don't know if that's still happening. Just checking on Mags. So they did a little bit of everything. I don't know. They're okay. They're good for a quick fix. And they've got a decent selection of non-superwash, which I appreciate because I don't particularly like how fast merino superwash, which is the standard right now in both indie dyeing and mass production, unless you're specifically looking for something other than that. And there are places that do sell it, and indie dye spots that do sell it. Like off the top of my head, Lobby Anime is one of them. Plies and Hellhounds have bases that aren't merino. Wool and Vine. Those are just the ones off the top of my head because I see them the most on my Instagram feeds. But yeah, so that shop has not indie dyed yarns, but more like the mass produced yarns that are not superwash, which is nice. So that's why I will shop there, plus tools and things like that. So yeah, that's about it for the sweater. Pretty simple. I'm liking it. It's a great pattern. I will definitely be knitting myself a little Beetle sweater. It reminds me of Animal Crossing and how cutesy that is, and I love it. Not a big bug person, but I do find beetles not adorable, but they can be very pretty. Yeah, so loving it, enjoying it. gonna be my buddy for a while. Don't really have anything else to share. Definitely recommend it. Pattern is not on Ravelry. It is a pattern found on Etsy because Katie Green does illustrations and stuff. So she's got stamps and prints and tea towels and all sorts of different little things with her illustrations on it. It's really cute, and a few of her patterns that she has produced are there. I definitely will be buying more of her patterns whenever she releases them, because this is a really good pattern, and it's really it's just really good. I do really like it, and I like the size range that is there. It's a really large size range, and I appreciate it. So yeah, I'll eventually have a semi-matching sweater to my friend's little one. So yep, it's great. I love it. I'm not mad. It's filling my time when I am knitting and not spinning. I haven't done anything else. No crocheting, no English paper piecing. I think those are the only crafts I actively do. Yeah, I'm not doing much. I haven't done anything else on my sock that I shared a while back. I haven't left the house, so it's not come with me in the car and to appointments and stuff. Is there anything else I can share with y'all? No. Sorry. Not too exciting right now. Life's pretty calm-ish. Heck, it's stressful, but quiet. I don't know if that makes any sense, but that's just not a lot of activity going on, but lots of big stressful things happening in the background. So yeah, that's all I have for crafting. I did take Maggie to the vet today for her 2-week post-op appointment. I was told everything looks really good. She's still a little swollen, but I was told that was to be expected. She's starting to scab on her incision. I don't know how gross this is gonna be. If you don't like this stuff, you can I'll see you next week. But it's starting to heal the way it needs to. She's still naked from like the butt down, so she's got a little chicken leg. But she's doing good. I'm told that she should start using it a little bit more in the coming weeks, and that I can, instead of immediately taking her in after she's gone outside, we can do little like 5-minute, super slow, supported walks around the yard, which is more than what she's doing right now, which is she's walking around the yard a little bit just to go to the bathroom, and then we're going right back in. Today she was a little bit more interested in sniffing and doing stuff, so I'm taking that as a good sign and that she is feeling a little bit better. Still very strict on her medicine. In fact, we're gonna up the sedatives because she's getting antsy in the middle of the day, and that's not good when we want her to rest and stay in place. And then I just hear her crying behind me as I work because she wants my attention and wants to get out. I did have to carry her to the car and back in because that little turkey tried to climb onto the mattress that I have down here that I'm sleeping on to be close, and she was just, oh, I'm free, let me go to the place that I want to be. She's just a goof. I love her. She's a little turd, but everything's going well. She's healing. The vet gave me a good report of her progress. In 6 weeks we will get an actual x-ray to see how the bone is healing, but it seems like she's doing okay in that leg. The other leg, so she tore both of her knees, her ACLs. They're CCLs, but like they're the equivalent of ACL tears in humans. They both tore. The older one has started to, sounds like there's a meniscus tear as well, So as soon as I'm able, the second one will need to be done. So that was some not so great news, but hopefully in the coming weeks she'll be able to use, oh, there's a bean. So you've seen both cats. Hopefully she'll be able to use the one that just had surgery as a more stable leg instead of the really bad knee. But yeah, that's it. Nothing too crazy. Don't have a lot to share this week. Pretty calm. Yeah, nothing. Yeah, that's about it. Yeah, just hanging out. I'll see you guys next week, I guess. I hope you have a good week, rest of your week, and that you get to enjoy. It's really hot right now, so I hope you get to stay cool or go somewhere where you can stay cool and enjoy it. But in the meantime, I hope you do well, and I will talk to you next week.